Alright guys, jobs, we all have them. It doesn't matter what you do, we need a little bit of something something. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor, a barista, a line cook, heck, even neighbor's cat. Usually everybody's first job, well, mostly my friends and I, everybody that I grew up with, mostly everybody, their first job usually consists working at a fast food place. Hey, I mean, I worked at a fast food
That
place.
brother's starving.
Or hey, maybe you had the opportunity to work at a retail location. I personally never worked in retail. I feel like I'm not competent enough to work at a place like that, carrying boxes and all that good stuff, and then, sales. Like any other job, usually we have to deal with custies anyway, or customers as they call them. But just like working in the workforce, we all have those good days, bad days, strange days. But overall, at the end of the day, we have work stories to tell, and I have a few of them in mind. Honestly, that comes to play. So my first job consisted of working in a small family business. It was pretty cool. I learned how to cook, how to make that good stuff like bread, chicken, and roast beef. I learned a lot from that job. It was actually pretty cool. No complaints. Now, okay. So my second job consisted of me working at a pizza parlor or a pizza place. It was pretty like fast forward, pretty simple stuff as a college student. I just rang up people, took their orders, heck even made the pizzas myself, like chefing it up. But instead of putting the fries in the bag, I had to put the pizza in the bag, all that good stuff. Take out that bag and then walk in the scorching sun to my car and then deliver it a couple mile radius away to the customer's house. Hey, who knows? Maybe if I'm lucky, I might get a $5 tip. Or hey, maybe I just might get mauled by a dog. Who knows? It's always a gamble every time I deliver a pizza. Or then hoping I probably make it back in time for the next delivery. Now, okay, for some reason, this pizza place was located near a freeway. And I don't know about freeways or highways or interstates, but they always attract like the weird auras. Like, I personally believe like if there's like a highway or interstate and you go to a fast food joint, something's always bound to happen. You can test it out for yourself, guys. Trust, I'm not crazy or anything. All right, let's get back to what I was originally going to tell you guys. Man, I remember one of these summer nights that I used to work at the pizza parlor. I was just sweeping the lobby area where customers come in order, doing my usual shift. Like I mentioned before, I was a pizza delivery driver, so my tasks weren't that like daunting. I just had to sweep, mop, and occasionally wash some dishes. So this night, I was closing with my assistant manager. Let's just call her Chelsea. All she had to do is make pizzas and count the money towards the end of the day. All right, just like do what you usually gotta do. I'm just gonna go to the office and watch my YouTube shorts and watch my Family Guy clips. Yeah, yeah. I'll do that. I'll do that.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Then out of nowhere, this gray truck pulled in front of the store and started blasting his headlights and his horn like there's no tomorrow. Obviously, the ruckus startled Chelsea that she bolted out of her office like there's no tomorrow. Probably the fastest I ever seen her move, honestly. And I'm just chilling in the back, washing my dishes, listening to some like. Now, mind you, I had no idea what was going on, so the first instinct that I did was just rush over to see why the heck was she screaming and yelling like there's no tomorrow. Like if somebody like stubbed her toe or something. Or heck, even put a finger on her butterfinger. To my shock, I see her jumping and wailing her hands, telling the guy or the driver, whoever it was, to like stop it and chill out because she cannot. Chelsea was just not having it. She was just jumping, waving her arms, flaring, hoping that the guy would stop or drive away because she was not like having a good time at all. Hey, we're not gonna lie, I was actually more worried about the vandalism on my car outside. You really think I can afford car insurance with the tips I receive? It's already been more than like 7 minutes. Man's not done. He's here for some vengeance. He's here some for Chelsea tears over here. Just as she's having her like meltdown, I pull up to the front and I can see exactly what this guy is doing. He's just honking and flashing his headlights towards us. Like, I was actually genuinely scared for a second, honestly. He must have noticed Chelsea's like reaction and decided to be like, okay, maybe I had enough, and decided to like leave like out of nowhere. As you can hear his truck like take off into the sunset, well, mostly nighttime stars or whatever. I generally was kind of scared of. I legit thought that he was gonna ram into us, and I was gonna become one of those world star surveillance camera videos. Not that long ago, she ended up calling the cops, the manager, her parents, everybody who she can get a hold of, explaining what happened. She must have been very terrified after all. But Ayo, she was already locked in. She wanted some workers' comp or something to come out of this experience. But for sure, the only conversation I heard her talk over the phone was either with a police officer or my supervisor that was built like King Julian. And he even sounded like King Julian at the time. Little revelation, it turns out that it was a customer that she was arguing over the phone earlier that day about, saying that we don't carry a specific coupon that the customer found online. And they were just going back and forth, this dictating who was right or wrong. Funny enough, like a few months later after she quit, my coworker came up to me and gave me like a nice revelation of what happened. So, yeah, do you remember that one time when the truck guy was giving Chelsea a hard time and he scared the bejeebies off her and everything? Oh, yeah, it was crazy. I never really ever seen her like crash out like that. She was pretty like startled after that. She even had to let the whole neighborhood and her pet hamster know exactly what was up that night, you know? Yeah, she ended up complaining to upper management or supervisor that he didn't do anything to protect her or actually stood up for her. Wait, what are you talking about? What the flip? So I was like, what is she on? Who does she think I am? Some superhero? Adam Sandler? Heck, even the Pillsbury Doughboy? What was I supposed to do that day? I was just so flabbergasted that she had the audacity to complain that me personally, didn't risk my life for her. I mean, come on, we're both making minimum wage. What was I supposed to do? And she's not even my girlfriend. Like, what? What's a pizza delivery guy supposed to do in that situation? Go out there and then hulk it out with the whole ass truck? I could have been squished. I could have literally been a specialty pizza. Then this one time, I remember this customer appeared out of thin air. I don't know where he came from, but he just appeared into the lobby and started talking to me. Picking up for Harold, my boy. All right, let me check. Okay, well, it appears that we don't have an order by that name, sir. Sorry. What? What are you talking about? Are you crazy? I always order from here. I always do. The other place doesn't do this. How come you guys always mess up? Sir, please calm down. Maybe it's on a different name, or maybe it's a different store. That usually happens on these scenarios. Are you calling me? What the heck? I would never do such a thing. Why would you believe that? I hate you. You don't know how to do your job. I ordered at the wrong store. Instantly, once he heard his freaking wife like telling him he ordered at the other store, Mance just walked off like none of this ever happened. And I'm just standing there like, what's his issue? Call me Joe Swatson because I cannot stand these customers sometimes. Bro, now this other story, it happened after my shift. Not really a work story, but like an after hours story. So I ended my shift, going to my car, driving down the street, and I'm like, you know what? I probably need some gas because these customers don't be tipping. And believe me, you'll be surprised. Most people don't tip their pizza delivery guy. Shocker. So anyway, I pull up to the pump, start pouring some gas, and then like behind me there's like some greenery and shrubbery. Then out of nowhere, with the corner of my eyes, this guy comes out of the shrubs. This light wizard dude comes out of nowhere and starts approaching me. Bro comes out of nowhere and starts like asking me some of the most oddest questions. He did low-key scare me. Hey there, do you like some? What? I'm just dumbfounded by what he just said. I'm processing. Oh, no, you're one of those George Lopez people. And he just starts walking away back to the shrubbery where he came from. And that's the last time I see him. I was just like dumbfounded, so lost and exhausted from work. And I'm like, I just need to get out of this area. But yeah, guys, it's not something it's about the job itself. It's just wherever the job is located at, some weird activities.